Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide video. The Blackjack Battle Royale continues with the final table, round 2, card draw. I am Sabre. I am joined in the booth by Taco Mage. How you doing, Taco?
Doing good today. Looking forward to seeing where these cards are going to come out and what we're going to be looking at for next week.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting because we were starting with a base set of like 11 cards from the previous tables, and we're just going to kind of build on from there. So it's going to be the flag set's definitely going to take some twists and turns, I hope. But again, that's all to the luck of the cards, I guess.
Yeah, and I know there are a couple flags from the last set that have already been kind of marked for calmness. So it'll be interesting to see if we have a couple of those just go away.
Oh yeah, some of the runners were like, if I get calmness, this card's going away. One of them was Open World was one of the ones that people wanted to get rid of.
Yeah, Silence was another one.
I want to get rid of Silence. I keep muting myself on these dang streams every time we do this.
Yep, and I think the other one was Permadeath. I think that was also somebody was gunning for that one. So it'll be interesting to see if we come out of this week with any or all of those.
Yeah, we'll see. But first of all, we're going to go for a little couple of the rule changes here for rounds 2, 3, and 4. Now, we're going to go back to where we were in the group stages where people pick 3 cards. They get to choose one of those cards to play them on the table. If that card conflicts with the previous card that was in play, that previous card is removed from the table. The draw order is determined by the previous round's times. That means the slowest time will pick first, the fastest time will pick last. And these are the standings for the card draw. So again, Falcon hit fastest overall with the 1:12:45, followed by Ifna Fluff, Gar, Zenobian, Double Down, Jexfarok, Boo, and Pelo Kinares, which means Paro Kinares will be the first to pick in this draft. Also, by the way, Zelfer, Ensign Wesley, and Fear and Free Fets do not qualify and do not move on. In fact, by 1 second. That was kind of crazy the other day.
Yeah, that was I think there was a countdown going in the booth when that was about to happen, and I think what it was either 22 or 33 frames. It wasn't even a full second. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think it was like 22 frames. Was how close it was between PQN and Zelfer.
Yeah, a third of a second. So.
And here's the thing: Peril Canardes is what a nose, I believe, and yeah, he won by a nose for this for that competition. So let's see if we got any more close matchups here this week. All right, so let's go into the draw, shall we? Once again, we have the previous draw from the last round. I'm just going to go over them really quick. We have the Monk, which is Sabin. River Mastery, which is if you go down Letter River, you learn all of the blitzes. Transcendent characters, 160% to 200% on the character stats. Unbound is the open world. Vanilla Shops is, well, that's what it is. It's Vanilla Shops. All the shops are from the original game. No free lunch, which means no espers or characters on the checks that don't really have any bosses to them. No toys, which means no rods and balls, so nobody's going to be running straight to Thamasa for the rods. Finality, which is the permadeath, but there is Life 3, and Phoenix will cast Life 3. Random chest, 100% randomized chest, mirror match. The bosses are the same level as your highest level character in your party, and Silence, the bane of my existence last week, because I kept getting muted myself. All the characters in your party are muted. Which ones of these would you like to get rid of?
I'd probably go with Silence. I think that blocks the most utility in a run. Finality is kind of obnoxious to work around, but I think Silence is much worse. There's so many mediocre skills that not having magic just kind of pins you into having to hold A.
And that's true. And Unbound kind of lets everybody kind of go anywhere they want. You get Terra's Treasure Room. You're able to get the River Mastery very early if you wanted to. Also, you can get the no free lunches in, so everybody starts with high tier items as well. So A lot of good targeted things to get rid of, but let's get going here. Again, Perlo Quinares is the first up for the draw, I believe. And let's see what the cards they drew. Now, they drew the Rune Knight, which is Vanilla Celeste. Potent Espers. Espers are going to be extra spicy with 3 to 5 spells, I believe. And they're only going to cost like 60 to 80% the cast. And then Thieves Gambit, plus 20 speed if you win a Coliseum match. It can be any Coliseum match you play.
Hmm. Nothing crazy there, but Thieves Gambit is always nice to pull out there. It kind of incentivizes a quick stop by the Coliseum, might find something neat, and hey, you get a free speed boost for your trouble. Kind of goes back to the whole Coliseum tournament, too.
Well, I'm a little partial to Celeste, of course. Celeste is my girl. So, I mean, I would pick Celeste because, that's Sabre talking. Um, but the pick is in, and we have Potent Espers? Really?
Well, I mean, I guess if you're thinking about does that affect the bonus? Because if that affects the bonus, maybe they're thinking, even if we can't cast any spells off it, maybe we're going to be getting some, +2 speed, +100 HP Espers.
Yes, so, well, no, the Espers, let's see, they teach 3 to 5 spells, summons cost 50 to 80%, and they can cast it multiple times in battle.
Oh,
So,
really?
so no bonuses. They're not guaranteed to have a bonus. At least that says in the description. But with Silence
Okay.
active, we're gonna have to get white capes, which we did figure out that in the vanilla shops that there are white capes in Mobla's World of Balance,
Oh,
where
yeah, with
Gar's
vanilla,
from.
yeah, with vanilla shops, I guess that means that silence isn't that. It's basically just costing you a relic slot. So I could see that.
Yeah, okay. So I guess we are gonna focus on just trying to get like Bahamut and stuff like Fenrir and Gollum, like casting them multiple times, going through Kefka's climb and all. So I guess what he's focusing on there. Up next is Boo. Boo's pick is up here, and the draw is Samurai's Dream, NPC Zapper, and the Sky Pirate. So we have learns all the sword ticks by doing Cyan's Dream, Y remove, and the Setzer, but Setzer starts with tools.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I'm always partial to Y remove, even in an open world, because that kid in Nikia just needs it. I mean, that even if it was like X Zone Vanish, he's worth the 5 seconds to use that on.
Yeah, so Y remove doesn't really do as much in the scope with the open world because there are things you can break into in the game, like Magic Facility, Mount Zozo, stuff like that. You can break into the game and go out of sequence. But with open world, that doesn't really matter. So really, this is just a quality of life pick. Um,
Yeah,
and I
mostly to
guess,
keep you from getting stuck.
and the problem with Samurai's Dream is we can't guarantee that somebody's going to have a sword tech ability. Setzer with tools is interesting. I mean, he can have high magic power, so flash would be good on
Yeah, I
him, but it would
mean,
fall off late game though.
yeah, with tools, really, you're just hoping to get air anchor or chainsaw for just easy tier 1, tier 2 insta death.
Well, Boo decides to pick the MPZ Zapper, so yeah, he's going for the quality of life improvement, I guess.
Yep, I said I'm always partial to it, even in open world. But again, I've got somebody who I got my sights on.
Is that the kid on the bridge in South Figaro?
No, it's the kid in Nikia,
Oh,
the relic shop kid.
mine's always the girl in front of the relic shop in Jador,
Yeah.
or the dance hall girl on the backside in Albrook.
Yeah, or there's also the soldier on the way through
Oh yeah,
up on the top there through
yeah. Tara's checked there.
Earth Shack. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another rough one. Round three here. Jex Varrock is picking vegan Judgment for Sid and Dragon's Horizon. This is spicy. So vegan is experience egg, no experience eggs. Judgment for Sid is you kill Sid for a high tier item, and Dragon's Horizon adds 4 dragons that has to be completed in order to unlock Kefka's Tower.
That is interesting. As tempting as Judgment for Sid is, I just in a seed this already fast, I don't think it would really change anything, or I don't think anybody would even go for it. Dragon's Horizon, on the other hand, does make things a little longer and gives you and guarantees you some extra levels by the time you hit KT. So that could be interesting.
I mean, I don't really see the point with Dragon's Horizon because half of our runners, at least in the third heat, did 4 dragons progressively as they got through Kefka's Tower. Because you could do 2 dragons before Kefka's Tower, still be able to enter it. You just can't. You just have to do the other 2 dragons that are in Kefka's Tower to unlock the switches there. That's all you need to do. So you can actually enter Kefka's Tower only doing 2 dragons, do the last 2 on the way in. So you can still enter Kefka's Tower at a very early time. You're just forced to do the dragons in the tower. So me personally, I'd actually do vegan with the experience egg, just to guarantee because we do have a mirror match on, and we don't want the boss levels to get out of control. So I would actually choose vegan here, in my opinion.
Okay, I can see that.
Oh, Jackson Fox does go with the Dragon Horizon though.
I kind of had a feeling with Jex. He's a sucker for those dragon cards.
That's funny. Yeah, Jax Rock is the mad scientist. He's used to doing all these crazy flags and everything, and I think he's probably one of the favorites here. But we have Double Down, the commissioner of our communities, up next. He's got Random Chats, Frenzy, and the Monk. This is really not great picks here. Random Chess we already have, Monk we already have, so the only choice here is Frenzy.
What is friend of? Is that
That's
Berserk?
rage. That's rage to everybody. Yeah, that's berserk to everybody.
Yeah, it's Berserk to everybody.
Everybody's
you know
a Yeti.
You know what? I'd probably go for Frenzy just for the
Really?
Yeti. Yeah, I think I would do it.
Well, in chat. Okay, go ahead.
The thing is that with vanilla shops, where you can get a peace ring. So
That's true.
It would allow you to have some auto attackers, like if they've got really bad skills, just throw a decent weapon on them, and Atlas Armlet and Hyper Wrist, and just let them go to town.
Yeah, but if you pick Frenzy, if you want to have a spellcaster, especially with the Potent Espers now you have to waste both relic slots for a peace ring and a white cape, just so they can be able to do stuff.
That's true. I guess
no
I would
earrings.
just kind of bank on seeing a ribbon at some point.
Well, apparently Double Down in chat said, no way in heck am I picking Frenzy. So he's picking Random Chess, so technically he doesn't pick anything.
Oof.
So Random Chess does technically eliminate the old Random Chess by rule, but basically he just replaces nothing. Too bad for the commish. Oh, we do have some nude picks here for Zenobian. We have the Machinist, Stronger Commands, and Tough Scaling. That is Edgar with Tools. Stronger Commands gets rid of some of the lesser commands that nobody likes to use, like Dance and Sketch and stuff like that. And then Tough Scaling is 2.5 levels per recruited character, Esper and Dragon defeated, and level scaling would actually stay at 50. Its current mirror match brings it to 50, and that would actually stay at 50.
Boy, I don't know what I would pick here.
Well, you could reunite the Figaro brothers, though.
Yeah, that would be a thing to do.
It's open world. I mean, the characters we start with don't really matter right now, so...
Right. Yeah, I mean, Stronger Commands would be nice. Tough Scaling makes things a little more interesting, at least at the beginning. I'm not sure what I would pick here.
Well, Zenobian, the pick is in here for Zenobian. He is going to go with Tough Scaling, which does eliminate Mirror Match. So that means that for every character and boss that is on the group, the levels go up by 2.5 levels, as opposed to 2 levels per. And enemy bosses do scale 2.5 per gained, and the enemy's boss's XP GP scales at 2 times each character recruited as per required and dragon defeated, and again, level scaling is to 50. So this actually increases difficulty a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't think that'll throw much of a curveball at this particular group of racers. They're pretty good, and I think that's the same scaling that was in Colosseum, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And while I think it's makes the beginning a little bit dicier. I think mid game towards the end, I think generally you have what you need to get past it.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it will increase the competition a little bit. I mean, mirror match, it feels like easy in the early game, and then late game you're just kind of overpowered. So I really don't
Yeah.
see really much effect from mirror match. So I think it's going to be making things more interesting. Round, see, this is pick number 6 coming in for Gar. He's got Friend Skip, Fighter's Gambit, and Vanilla Gear. So, another Starlet pick here for Vanilla Gear. That means all the characters only be able to equip the gear they would normally equip. Friend Skip means +3 characters gives you a skip in Kefka's Tower. And Fighter's Gambit, +20 vigor for doing a Coliseum battle.
Interesting. I mean, we've already got a little bit of vanilla going on. I suppose you could go vanilla gear. I don't know what do you think looking at these? Because like,
I would go with Friend Skip because if we bring Dragon's Horizon into this, I kind of want to have a outlet just in case I get too many characters, especially with no free lunch on, which means you're going to be forced to finding more characters and checks than you would normally do. I would think so. I would go with Friend Skip, and that would also allow me the ability to leave Kefka's Tower if I have Skip and go like do a overstack on one side, do Kefka's Tower, which includes a dragon, go back out, skip back in, and like do another dragon on the way in, and just skip back into tower right straight to the switches.
oh yeah, that
Um,
I forgot about the I think the what is it the flag set doesn't natively have a skip, does it?
no,
So yeah, having a skip for that right side full load is actually good utility, I
actually I
think.
would do actually I would do 3 dragons, go into Kefka's Tower with a stack, go all the way through Kefka's Tower through the statue on the right side, with the right side full stack team, leave, resort my team out to left and right, and leave middle alone because middle would be the one that or is already cleared out. So middle would have the weak characters. Put 2-0, so run 2-0-2, which because I would have Kefka unlocked because I also have Skip. I would go straight to the switches, do the last 2 statues, and then get Kefka. That's what I would do. I would do friend Skip. And apparently, Gar agrees. That's the right pick for them, too. So, no vanilla gear. No more vanilla. Moving on to pick number 7 here is Infinite Fluff. Oh, goodness gracious. Speaking of vanilla, all natural French vanilla flavor. Say that 10 times fast. Hunter, Fighters Hunt, and the Gambler. All natural French vanilla flavor means you have Terra and Celeste have their normal natural magic. So the natural magic will automatically fall on the girls. Fighters Hunt is when you kill 4 dragons, you get +20 vigor. And the Gambler, you start with Setzer, Vanilla Setzer, the host of the party.
Hmm. I mean, Fighter's Hunt is a nice choice just because you're already compelled to do those dragons, so you're going to get 20 vigor right before you fight the final boss. That's a little bit of late game acceleration that I don't think would really, I don't think would affect things so much as just give you a little bit of quality of life going up Final Kafka.
Yeah, I agree. I think really the only pick here is Fighter's Hunt, especially when you have Saban already in the party.
Right.
You don't know if you're gonna get Celeste or Terra, so that's kind of meh. And Setzer's okay, but he's not crazy good. So yeah, and apparently Infinite Fluff agrees. It is Fighter's Hunt for the pick.
All right.
So that's interesting. That also makes it interesting because that with the whole tough scaling on that plus 20 vigor, you get that for free without having the scaling go up.
That is true. So yeah, your last well, assuming you're doing the right side stack, that means your last two statues are going to be just a little bit easier than otherwise would be.
Yeah, so we have to hope we have like a Cyan or hell, even Yeti.
Yeah,
Get those
just
physical punches in.
yeah, or at least somebody who can wield, decent weapons.
All right, so we got the last draw here. That it was last week's winner, Falcon Hit, who has doing great things in the tournament of the month. So make sure you check on our Discord, ff6worldscollide.com/discord, and join some of our monthly tournaments that we have going on. So in this one, the last pick is Mage's Hunt Classic Curse in the Dragoon. Mage's Hunt, you get plus 20 magic power for doing the 4 dragons. Classic Curse, which means the original Worlds Collide version of having the Curse Shield be unlocked with 1 to 32 battles. And the Dragoon is actually Edgar with Jump that you start with.
I mean, we're already hunting for a fighter. We might as well throw the mage in, right?
Yeah, but again, that's that whole silence thing going on.
Yeah, but I mean, the magic power affects more than magic. You've got like Saban, his bum rush would actually be doing a little bit
Oh,
more
that's true.
damage. And if you find somebody who does like, goodness, brain, please work. Well, some of the sword tech stuff is affected by that. Some of the
Yeah,
things,
Sword Tech 5 and 6, I believe.
yep, and like some of the rages are affected by that. So I mean, there's some utility of having magic power, even if you're not casting much.
And also with the Potent Espers too, because if we're casting Bahamut, I mean that scales off the magic power too.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
constantly casting Bahamut is pretty good too.
yeah, I mean, we're already kind of incentivizing making that stop to pick up the white capes. Mage's Hunt is probably not that out of the question as far as a little bit of a boost.
No, we know where they are. Like I said before, they're actually in Moblez. But the pick is in. He's gonna go reunite the brothers Figaro. It will be the Dragoon Edgar with Jump.
Yeah, also a good thing to have, especially if you can find yourself a horn. Edgar with a horn, being a natural Aura Lance user, is not to be taken lightly.
Definitely. And again, we have the plus 20 vigor, so that will also help Edgar out considerably. So there we go. That is the second round draw. So again, both sides, the round 1 and round 2 draw, combined for one whole flag set. Did the new flags help or hurt our competitors here, you think?
Well, I don't know if you see this, but I'm seeing that there are 3 flags that were marked for columnist protection that were not affected. So
Yeah, the two that we lost were not really talked about. The random chest, which we kept actually, it's the only thing we really lost was mirror match turned into tough scaling.
right. Yeah, I think overall they have a few more tools. I mean, the Dragoon is definitely nice, especially with silence being a given. Um, but otherwise, yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's a make or break as far as a difference here. I think they've got a couple more things that are going to help them, but then they've got tough scaling that's going to slow things down a little bit. And Dragon's Horizon, which means that even if you get a really good, like, strong starting team, you're still compelled to go after 4 dragons, even if you don't need them. So
Yeah,
I think overall it's probably kind of a lateral move.
yeah, but Dragon's Horizon is going to play into that tough scaling because now, when it was 6 characters, 9 espers, that's 15 checks. 15 times 2 is 30 plus half is 37. Now that you bring the dragons into it, that's going to increase the scaling 4 more times because that's actually part of the unlock for Kefka. So now you just increase levels by another 8, 9, 10 more levels. So that brings you up to what, 47? So you're almost hitting that 50 maxed out mark. So when they go into Kefka's Tower, if they run into things like Senior Behemoth or Haydn like we did last week, they're going to be casting like big time spells at our parties here.
Yeah, I guess that is possible. The scaling could get away from them. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I think that it's one of those things where the extra levels you get from killing the dragons almost offsets the extra scaling you get from just having them be required. So, again, I think overall it's not really gonna do more than slow them down a little bit, but I think we'll still be seeing some pretty quick times.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else before we wrap things up here?
Don't think so. Did we already plug the subscriptions? Because if not, we should plug
Oh,
the subscriptions
Go
again.
ahead and plug those subscriptions. You do it.
Yeah, so we are, what, 15 away from hitting that
15.
magical 1,000 mark where wonderful things happen for the channel. So if you haven't yet, please go down there and smack that subscribe button. It was something that I was able to do on my first try, and if I can do it, I believe that you can too.
And also hit that like button because it does help out the videos and get them out there for more eyes to see them. So please also do that. Once again, this was the Blackjack Battle Royale, the final table, round 2 draft. Stay tuned all week long for our two heat matches of our 4 runners in action. I want to thank Taco Mage for joining me in the booth. I am Sabre Wolf. Thank you very much, and y'all have a very good night.